Hi, welcome to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan. Today we're talking about putting, and I've got two fantastic drills that Tiger Woods used to do when he was playing his best, which can definitely help you roll the ball better, hold more putts, and ultimately lower those scores. Now the first drill we're going to look at is one which is going to address or work on the quality of strike. Now Tiger used to use just simply 2 tee pegs to help him work on the strike. Now, if the best player to ever have walked the planet, well, maybe that's open to discussion, but for me, the best player to ever walk the planet felt like he had to work on the strike of his putts, I would suggest that we would have to do that as well. So very simple, what he would do is on the putting green before he went and played, he would set 2 tee pegs that were just wider than the length of his putter. And very, very simply, he would place the golf ball just in front of those tee pegs, and he would therefore just make strokes, hitting putts, trying to avoid making contact with the tee pegs. As you can probably imagine, if there was a tendency for you to hit the ball at the toe of the golf club, then you would make contact with this tee peg on the inside. And if you're the golfer who feels like you make contact at the heel of the golf club, you would make contact with the tee peg on the outside. Now, we can sort of tailor this to your skill level. If you are a new golfer, you can certainly have those tee pegs a little bit further apart, so there's a little bit more distance between the toe and the heel. But as you progress and as you get better, we can narrow that gap and make it a little bit more difficult. So let me go ahead and hit a couple of putts. So I'm just going to place that golf ball just between the tee pegs, and you can see there that I don't have a lot of room, but that's the idea. And I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can just roll this ball down towards that hole. Okay, now I didn't make contact with the tee pegs. That would indicate that my strike was pretty good. Therefore, the distance that I achieved was good. If we misstrike the ball, toe, heel, we are definitely going to get a different amount of roll on the golf ball. Therefore, it's going to be difficult for you to judge the distance that you hit the ball. You're going to be short a lot. Therefore, when you're short, you're going to hit the ball a little bit harder. And then when you do make good contact, the ball's going to go too far. And you're going to be constantly working on distance control, feeling that is a weakness of your game. So let me just go ahead and do another one. This time, I'm going to purposely hit this slightly off center so you can see the difference. So I'm going to take my same setup, but I'm going to make this slightly off center. Okay, and you can see I hit the tee peg over there, and no surprise, the ball is finished short of the hole. So you can see right on line, but short of the hole. That was due to the contact point on the golf club. It was at the heel, the ball finished short. If I'm unaware that I'm striking at the heel, I simply feel like I've just left that putt short. So what we'll do on the next hole, I'll hit it a bit harder, and this is where the issues become. We start to make adjustments for things that aren't necessarily there. That was not a poor pace control, that was a poor strike, which gave the appearance that it was short on pace. So 2 tee pegs, a couple of golf balls on the practice area, a fantastic way for you to work on your strike. That is definitely going to help you with your distance control. Right, on to the second drill. So the second drill that Tiger used to do religiously was all about getting a good feeling for what he used to call releasing the putter. Now, contrary to what we've maybe been told over the years that we shouldn't use any wrist action in our putting stroke, the more research that's being done, we're finding that the best golfers in the world will have some amount of movement in the wrists. That does not mean that you are going to start flicking the golf club through the ball this way. That's not what we want. But what we appreciate is if we lock the wrists and we firm them up and we grip tight, it can often make us a little bit less efficient in our distance control. So having a little bit more awareness of the putter head weight and having a little bit of flow to that stroke is definitely going to help you better control the distance the ball goes. So what did Tiger used to do? Well, very simply, he used to go on the putting green and he used to hit putts one-handed. He used to take his left hand off and he used to just hit putts with his right hand. But even as I do this here, I can really start to feel the weight of the putter. I can start to feel a little bit more of a flow to that stroke. I can start to feel like there's a little bit more rhythm to that stroke, and I can almost feel that putter head is releasing a little bit. Now, it's not releasing with lots of wrist action this way, but it's just having that sensation of where is the weight of that club. It's down in this end. And doing one-handed putts with your right hand or your trail hand is a great way for you to get some good flow and some good rhythm. So very simply, Tiger would take his setup and he would address the golf ball and he would just roll the ball one-handed to his intended target, whether that be a hole that's 15 feet away, whether it's 20 feet away, whatever it may be. But he would just roll the ball one-handed, really feeling like he got a good sensation of the speed of the putter face through the ball and how that would in turn transfer to the pace of the putt. Great, fantastic drill. I wouldn't suggest doing this on maybe 2 or 3 footers, but certainly on putts over 15 feet, 20 feet, it's a great way for you to feel like there's a little bit more flow to that stroke. We're not strangling the golf club and locking our wrists so there's no feel. We're having a little bit of play in those wrists, a little bit of change in flex in the wrist angles. That can help us get some nice rhythm to the stroke, nice flow to the stroke. So if they were good enough for Tiger, they're probably going to be good enough for us. He used to talk a lot about releasing the putter. When he putted well, he would talk about his release with the putter being spot on. When he putted badly, he'd often say that he didn't feel like he released the putter. His one-handed drill was a great way for him to feel those feels, get that sensation back into his game, and I think he was one of the best putters, especially when it came to those pressure putts down the stretch. So 2 drills that you can do really easily. All you need is some tee pegs, some golf balls, a putter and a green, and you can work on your stroke, you can work on developing some of the skills that you need to be a good putter. And I tell you what, if you can putt well, you can score well. Even if you don't hit it particularly well off the tee, if you can hold some putts, you can shoot a good score. So thank you for watching 2 simple drills. Give them a go. Let me know in the comments box, were they helpful? Have you done them before? Really interested to hear your thoughts. All the usual stuff is down below. There's a like button as well. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. That really does help me. Subscribe to the channel, link down there. Videos are free, more coming each and every week. Thank you again for watching, and we shall see you again soon.